baseball fans. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Let's see. Let's go to Corey Carter. Put Ozuna on waivers, and if he clears, send him to AAA and see if he can find a swing. The more time goes by, the more palatable that contract becomes. Yeah, like when we first signed him, and gosh, that was COVID season, so that was 2 years ago. So when we first really signed him to the 4-year deal, not the original 1-year deal that became COVID, it was a huge deal, $64 million across 4 years, on average $16 million a year. So on average, you're owing him as of right now a little less than $32 million. It is a little bit more palatable. It is a little bit more acceptable to walk away from, especially considering what you're putting on the field with him right now. I don't disagree with you. If you can get someone else to help pay his salary, I'm all for it. I think the Braves are trying their best to give him every last chance they can, especially due to the fact that they have so much money tied up in him. But that isn't always the best way to go either. But again, guys, if there's one guy I trust, it's Alex Anthopoulos. He knows what he's doing. Time will tell. But if they did it tonight, I wouldn't be mad at him. I wouldn't be mad at him at all. Bill Gates says, until last night, Ozuna was 2 hits behind Eddie. 2 weeks into the season, relax. Give Ozuna time, just like Murphy, Ozuna, Ozzy, and Eddie. I don't deny that, and I think that's what the Braves are doing here. That's kind of what I was saying. I don't disagree there. I think you do have to, and some people are going to think I'm crazy for saying this. That's okay. I get it. But hear me when I say this. You have to hold everybody to the same standard. You're right. He was close with Eddie the other night. But do realize that with all of the off-the-field issues, the past 2 seasons that have been lackluster, it's very easy to get fans, like we're seeing, upset and ready to let you go. It's very easy to do that. I'm ready. I'll be honest with you. I'm not one of the guys campaigning to get Ozuna gone. I'm not going to go out here and get upset every time he takes the field or boo him off the field. I get it for those that do. But if the Braves released him tonight, I wouldn't be that upset. Now, what I would be upset about, and what you would be upset about, is if the Braves did release him on waivers, and let's just say the Mets picked him up, and all of a sudden he's swinging like an MVP. Now, that would make us very upset. Do I think that's going to happen? No. But it could, and it has before. So just keep that in mind. They're giving him every chance. If he doesn't want to play, then they'll figure it out from there. But like Ron Washington said, if you don't like it, do something about it. And the Braves just very well may do something about it. We'll see. AG7, it continues to amaze me that people think Ozuna is ever going to be worth rostering. I get it. I do. He's had some good years. Let's admit it. He has had some good seasons. We were all fans of him in 2020 when he was, vying for the Triple Crown. If he can pop into that at some point this year, then maybe. You're never going to hear Snit talk bad about him. You're never going to see that. You're never going to see Alex Anthopoulos talk about him. You're going to see a very professional way of handling it. That's what the Braves are doing. That's what they always do. The Braves way, as they call it. And look, that's what it's going to be. In terms of getting rid of him, in terms of putting him on waivers, again, if it's me, I would have done it a year ago. But it's not me, and it's also not my money to contend with. It's not my money to explain to Liberty Media why I'm throwing it away. But it is someone else's, and you have to take that into account. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't realize that, and, it is what it is. For me, personally, I again, would not care if they released him tonight. Wouldn't care if they didn't release him tonight. Would I rejoice if they did? No. Would I actively be upset if they didn't? Also, no. I understand both sides. I understand why they keep him. I understand why, we're still in this situation. I do. And if you don't, let me explain it to you. The Braves, again, signed him to a 4-year deal, which was worth $64 million. The Braves are owned by Liberty Media until soon. I think they're going public traded or whatever. Maybe you can buy some stock and get Marcell Ozuna gone. But right now, Liberty Media and the Braves owe Marcell Ozuna, $32 million, give or take, whatever it is. It gets more palatable every year, like I believe Corey Carter said earlier. It gets a little easier to swallow every year or a longer time goes by. But just imagine how much the Braves could get on the free agency market right now for $32 million. Just throwing that out there. So next time Alex Anthopoulos wants to, spend some money, maybe bringing back one of your favorite players, maybe bringing back Max Fried, and he has to go to Liberty Media and explain, hey, I want this amount of dollars for this amount of years for Max Fried. Can we do it? And they go, hey, yeah, we can. We could, but what about this $32 million right here that you just, threw away? Can we trust your judgment? So the Braves are trying their best to make sure this works. And look, if there's one blemish on Alex Anthopoulos' record, it's the signing of Marcell Ozuna. I would have done it. You would have done it. Anybody else that saw what 2020 was would have done it, but it hasn't turned out for the Braves' best interest. I think we can all agree with that. But that's the way it works. You can't just walk away from $32 million, especially with the salary cap, especially with the Braves already over the salary cap. You can't do that and then answer to your higher-ups. It just doesn't work that way. So I get it. Again, if they release him, I understand it. If they send him down to the minors, I understand it. I think that's the way to go before releasing him. I think if there's anything you could do to make him either, one, realize that this is real life and real life has consequences, is send him down to the minors. We all saw what happened with Adam Duvall when that happened, and there's two ways to handle that. You can either do what Adam Duvall did, put your best foot forward and make your way back, or you can fall to the wayside even more. So he could squander in the minors for 2 years if he wants to, or he could fight to get back and be what he was in 2020 or somewhere close to it, be a better player, be a better teammate. He could do that. And look, I'm not saying Marcell Ozuna is even a problem, because I don't think in the clubhouse he is. I think he's very well liked. I mean, every time I see him, he's smiling. Every time I see him interacting with anybody else, he's having a good time. I don't think he's a clubhouse nuisance, but he is a distraction. There is no way around that. And with that said, how much does that distraction cost you? That's what it really comes down to. So, look, we'll keep an eye on that, but that's all I really got to say about Marcell Ozuna at this point. Hey guys, just wanted to give you the opportunity to get your hands on some great Braves bobbleheads from our friends at FOCO. They are dropping a brand new line of Brave City Connect bobbleheads, including Spencer Strider, Ronald Acuna, Michael Harris, and even Blooper. Not to mention the Welcome to the Show edition of Vaughn Grissom. Now, we are partnered up with FOCO, and in case you did not know, FOCO is a leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise, celebrating more than 20 years in the industry. The company's always growing product lines includes apparel, accessories, toys, collectibles, novelty items, and more. FOCO is licensed with all major sports leagues, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, MLS, and over 200 colleges and universities, as well as entertainment properties such as Nickelodeon, Peanuts, and WWE. Basically what I'm saying, if you want it, they got it. So click the link in the description below to purchase the baubles and to take a look at the FOCO Atlanta Braves collection. We will be doing YouTube giveaways, contests to win FOCO gear all throughout the 2023 season, so make sure to stick around for that. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here at On Deck.
Baseball fans, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. As always, thank you for your support.